Hi, Chicken Noodle. Hi, Chicken Noodle. Oh, yes, kisses for me. Thank you. Hey, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. This is very weird. For me, I haven't filmed a YouTube video in almost 3 months now, I think. So I'm a little nervous. We have a very special guest. So first off, I know videos like this are gonna attract people who don't know who I am and aren't subscribers to my channel. So I'm Annika if you're new. And if you're not new, I'm really sorry I've been away. I know it's been really long. I know some of you probably don't care, that's fine. But for those of you who have messaged me and asked where my videos were and that you missed me, I just want you to know that it does really mean a lot to me. It's very humbling and I miss you as well. I just needed some time for myself. I still do, I think. I don't know, I'm very confused with life and I'm kind of really learning how harmful social media is to all of us, not just me. So really, you know, that's not what this video is about. I'm not gonna go into it, but you know, take time for yourself, read. Reading has been saving my life. Yeah, keep your life private and you know, just use social media very cautiously. I'm gonna be using this to post what I want, what's interesting me, but not my life. I've mentioned that before, that, you know, my life I'm going to be keeping more private, but you know, I'll share some, I'll be posting some YouTube videos here and there about, you know, fitness and lifestyle and skincare, all that stuff. So yeah, just, you know, I just miss coming here and it being a positive space for me. So hopefully I can find a way to mentally get back there. But regardless, I missed you. Is this light annoying? Let's see if it's better with or without. I think I like that more. I'm sorry for the abundance of dry shampoo in my hair. I know I have a ball sack on my head. Guys, Ontario has been in lockdown for a fucking year. Like, I'm going nuts. I fake tan just to like feel something. We're all going pretty fucking crazy here. The amount of dry shampoo I have in my hair right now. Anyways, okay, so this video is about Accutane. So I've been off Accutane for a couple months now. For those of you who know, I kind of kept it pretty quiet because I didn't really want to answer any questions until I was done because I don't think that would be like productive and you know, whatever. This is not going to be a skincare video. I'll do another one of what my skincare routine is now, but I will talk about the products I used while on Accutane and my whole story. I asked you guys on Instagram, I asked you guys if you had questions regarding Accutane, and I'm filming on my phone, so I was gonna read the questions through my phone, but I just have some topics listed on this piece of paper. It's very professional. I am a very professional YouTuber, thank you. And just topics that you guys asked about. I will go through everything, my process, my advice. Of course, there's a huge disclaimer that I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional. This is in no way telling you to go on Accutane, to not go on Accutane, any of that shit. I don't want to hear it. I'm not telling you anything. I'm telling you my experience, answering your Q's, giving you the A's, that's it, okay? You need to talk to your doctor. You need to do what's best for you. That should go without saying. I know you guys aren't dumb, but yeah, that's just what's gonna work for me is not gonna work for everyone, vice versa. You've heard it a million times. Let's continue. A lot of people, when I said I was going on Accutane, were like, what? I thought you had really nice skin, whatever, which is, of course, like the biggest compliment ever as someone who is insecure with their skin. But I was just honestly really good at hiding it. I'm very good at hiding pimples with my makeup. And even when I did go through a phase of where I wouldn't post photos that my skin looked really bad, or I would even edit out some pimples or smooth it or put on filters that you couldn't see it. Towards the end, I did started posting more pimples because I was like, okay, I'm being a fake bitch, but like it didn't come from a place of like being, you know, fake. It was more of a huge insecurity, especially as someone who has a, you know, a platform on social media with a decent amount of people watching me, and you know, the internet is cruel, we all know that. So I would get a lot of hate about my pimples and stuff, and I was just, you know, I was insecure. I had this pressure to look a certain way in my head, at least, and you know, we all feel that. It's society is a bitch. But so I was just very insecure about my skin forever, and I didn't really post it, which looking back, like I should have been real. But when you're in that headspace, like you feel like it's the only thing that people are looking at, and I didn't want to be known for it. It's a complicated subject. It's very mental. I don't think it's anything that you guys can judge unless you've gone through it. It is a disease. It is very hard on the confidence. It causes a lot of mental issues because it's so prevalent. Like it's like right on your face. Not that it should cause anyone it, but it does. Like I felt it that way as well. Not that anyone with acne is not beautiful. I just know that it can be very mentally hard on people who have it. Not that I would ever look at someone and be like, you have acne, but when I looked at myself, That's what I thought. I'm gonna show you my skin. It's definitely not as bad as, I mean, anything could be worse in any aspect of life, but to me, I just wasn't confident, and especially with my job being on camera, I was like, this sucks a bit. I'll put up photos. I'll be very transparent about how my skin looked. I'll keep putting them up. It was a lot worse than people thought. A lot of hormonal acne here. I started getting a lot of bumps here. That was the main areas that I would get my acne. It sucked. I did not get chest or back acne, which some people do, but I didn't. It was mainly my face. It was painful. I had severe problems picking my skin. I don't know if some of you can relate. I'm sure you can. It is like a robot takes over you and destroys your skin. Even if it's not that bad, you go into the mirror and you pick every single pore and you come out looking like swollen and lumpy and bleeding. I would do that every night. I felt like I was trapped in my own mind. It was horrible. I'd make the acne 10 times worse. I'd cover those like literal scabs with makeup. It was terrible. A lot of tears, not wanting to go socialize, anything. Yeah, didn't really want to leave the house, wore hats, like whatever. Anyway, so I tried fucking everything. Thousands of dollars worth of products that I can't afford on fucking any skincare. Anyone was like, this worked for me, yeah, bought it, wouldn't work. Hormonal acne is different. If you have it, you know, like nothing gets rid of that shit. A girl recommended something called Spiro Lock. I'll put the name on the screen, it's hard to pronounce. Basically, it's confusing, I don't really get what it is, but it's a pill not made for acne. I'll put it on the screen what it is, because I can't Google because I'm filming with my phone. It's like a pill not made for acne, but some of the side effects can actually help with people with acne. I went to my dermatologist, tried it. It didn't work for me personally. I had already tried so many topical treatments, retinols, salicylic acids, everything I tried. So I, went to my dermatologist. I'm like, this sucks. I've had adult acne. Like, it's not fun. And she was like, well, here's your Accutane. And like, you hear Accutane, you're like, whoa, Accutane, like that's really intense. And it is. I'm not making fun of it. It is. But when you hear it, it has a very negative connotation. And it's kind of like your last resort, as it should be. I don't think anyone should just jump to Accutane. But, it's kind of the last resort thing. So I was like, whoa, really? Like, and I asked her a million questions. I was like, am I gonna die? Am I gonna get cancer? All this shit. Like, I was scared, obviously, because, you hear it's an intense drug, which it is. But at this point, I know everyone's like, don't go for the easy fix. Like, it's a Band-Aid. And I was like, until you've been in the position of all you can think about is how you look in the mirror and you don't even see yourself. You just look in the mirror and you see spots. And it's like a baseball bat to the confidence. It shouldn't be, but it is. And not even that it shouldn't be. Everyone's entitled to how they feel. And I feel for anyone who has had acne and it's taken a toll on their confidence. I feel for you. So you have to be prescribed. One of the questions was, did you get it prescribed? You have to. It's not over the counter. You cannot get it from a drugstore. A dermatologist has to give you a prescription. I was asked about dosage. I was on 60 milligrams a day. Everyone is on different doses. 60 milligrams a day for 6 months. I ended up going on longer. I'll tell you why. But yeah, 60 milligrams, 6 months, which is quite a high dosage for quite a long time. But I was like, fuck it, let's get this shit gone. They give you the prescription, but you have to go get your blood work done before, and then you have to get blood work done every month. So if you're really bad with getting blood taken, really take that into consideration. I'm fine with it. It really doesn't bother me. But yeah, you have to get your blood work taken because they just want to make sure that you're healthy throughout it, whatever. And another thing, I got asked, can you be on other medications? Can you be on birth control? You actually have to be on birth control. They make you be on 2 forms of birth control. I'll be honest, I was just on the pill. I have a boyfriend, a long-term boyfriend, but I've always been on the pill. I've been on the pill for a decade, which is fucked, but I had to stay on the pill because you are not allowed to get pregnant on this medication because it is very strong and it leads to very bad side effects in children when they're born. So you have to be on birth control. So that's one of the answers. If you're a girl, you gotta be on birth control. I'm gonna go into all the side effects and what I experienced, but I'm gonna first start out with how it made my skin. A lot of people are like, does it get worse before it gets better? That is very common. If you go on Accutane and your skin gets really bad, don't freak out. Your skin's just getting rid of shit and then it will clear up. Accutane is very effective for most people. Of course, there's a chance that it won't be for everyone, but it is quite effective. This is what my dermatologist told me. So my skin got slightly worse And then it slowly started getting better. Like I wasn't getting as many pimples. And one of the things that bothered me about my skin was just the texture. It wasn't even like I didn't really have cystic acne. Like it wasn't like very painful red everywhere, lumps and like craters and stuff, like the really painful one. But mine was a lot of blackheads and texture and those little bumps I mentioned. And a lot of here, I forgot to mention here, these little bumps, you could squeeze them, which I of course did before Accutane, and they were like little white like slivers of like, not slivers, little like tiny like white little worms that would come out. I'm making myself look so attractive. I'm like, Ben, you're so lucky. Yeah, so it would come out, but they would come back. So I was like, fuck this, nothing would get rid of them. And I was kind of convinced that Accutane wouldn't really get rid of that because like it wasn't like a pimple, but it did. My skin stayed quite not great for a long time. Most people, month 3, they clear up. That's what my dermatologist said, at least. Like around month 3, you're like, oh, okay, I really see the progress. Mine was like month 4 or 5. So I was like, what the fuck? Why is it taking so long? I did eventually start seeing results, and it's not even like, you don't notice it and you can't like look in the mirror and like watch your pimples like disappear. But over time, you'll just kind of wake up and be like, And then you'll wake up and be like, it's just getting slowly better and better. By the way, Accutane is oral. It's like little pills, so 60 ml. I was taking 2 little pills a day. I think I took it in the morning. Anyways, Lennon, you're so fucking cute. Like, it's actually disturbing. I mentioned before that I had to go on for slightly longer than I originally thought I had to. It's because I had to go on antibiotics. Ben's home. Daddy's home. Daddy's home. I'm gonna let her go say hi 1 sec. So I had to go on antibiotics for like a week or something, but Accutane, you have to Google what drugs can be mixed, and this one couldn't. So I had to go off for I think 1 or 2 weeks, which was fucking annoying because I was finally seeing progress. So I ended up being on Accutane for about 8 or 9 months, which is a long time, just because I kind of went backwards a bit, and I just wanted to make sure. My dermatologist gave me the option at month like 7 or whatever, like the last month, and she was like, do you want to go for another month just to kind of make sure, or you can go off now? I was like, you know what, we're in quarantine. This was like when quarantine was coming, or in the middle of quarantine, I guess. Let's just do an extra month just to be sure. I'm already on it, whatever. So yeah, I went on it a little longer, and yeah, so this is what my skin looked like right after Accutane, they call it, or my friend at least who's been on it was like the Accutane glow. And it's true. I was like, holy fuck, my skin is so nice. Like, that's the nicest it'll ever be. I was like, enjoy it now in quarantine too. I was like, perfect. I'm sure for those of you who have watched and have had Accutane before and then it goes away, you're like, wow, it's a good feeling. But it wasn't as good of a feeling as I thought it was. And I'll get into that because it's just like, it's so much more mental than you think. You think that you're gonna wake up and be like, okay, now I love myself. It's more deep-rooted than that, but I'll get into it. So let's talk about what I experienced and my side effects, basically. There's a million side effects that are possible. Joint pain, hair thinning, dryness, depression, fucking, there's a million things. You can Google it. There's like side effects, whatever. Here are the ones I got, okay? You're not supposed to drink on Accutane. I drank on Accutane. It was summer. I was like, fuck, you can't tan. Number 1, that's the most important thing. I always wear sunscreen. I know I'm getting off topic. It'll come back. Summer, sun, drinking, okay? I wear sunscreen every day on my face anyways, just because please do it, please, please. I'll make a skincare video after this, but please wear sunscreen every single day on your face, no matter what. Rainy, winter, don't care. But on Accutane, you really need to be diligent about it and reapply 100%. So I was wearing a lot of sunscreen, hats, because it was summer. I was like, fuck this. But yeah, I didn't really get a tan that summer because your skin is very sensitive. So yeah, the tanning and the drinking was tough in the summer, I gotta be honest. So yeah, the drinking, it wasn't great. It really wasn't great. You would get a lot drunker, a lot quicker. Your hangovers were, I wish I could express to you how bad the hangovers was. Like, I wish I could truly express to you how bad it was. Like, I thought I was dying multiple times. 10 out of 10, do not recommend drinking on Accutane. The hangovers were terrible, and I was also just not myself. So I'll get into this. There's so many side effects that like go into each other, but one of them is mood and mental health. While I drank, my mood, I was not myself. You might not have the control over your mood and your emotions that you would have had before, and your hangovers will be ass. Because what Accutane does, it's hard on your liver, so your liver can't process the alcohol as well, so it's very damaging to your liver, and you can, just fair warning, you can get long-term liver damage if you're deciding to drink on Accutane. So really, really be careful with that. That is a personal decision. But yeah, mood. My dermatologist, before putting me on Accutane, because they kind of have to screen you a bit, she was like, are you like suicidal? And I was like, of course. I've had depression ever since I can remember. And I was kind of like, oh girl, I'm fine. Like, I'm ready for this. I've been depressed my whole life. It can't get worse. It got worse. I don't know how it got worse. I was sad all the time. I mean, usually am, but like even worse, like very sad, very moody. My temper was like towards my family, especially, like snapping left and right. And it's trade-offs, right? It's such a personal thing. People are like, you know, depression was not worth Accutane for me. Like, don't go on it, it ruined my life, whatever. Yes, but at the same time, acne caused a lot of my depression and sadness as well. So it's kind of like, what's worth it for you, right? So you have to make that call. No one can make that for you. Definitely talk to your doctor, your therapist, your psychiatrist, your parents. Like, really take that seriously, because the last thing I would want is something terrible to happen to one of you because of Accutane. I was worried about it happening to myself. It's that's probably the most serious side effect, is how it affects you mentally. You're just not yourself, is I guess the best way of putting it. Yeah, it was a lot. Okay, so just really keep that in mind. Take that very seriously. My period kind of went away towards the end, which is kind of weird. I've never not gotten my period in my life, and now I don't really get my period, which is like TMI, but like I don't really know why. I don't know if that's Accutane, that could be my hormones, so like take that with a grain of salt. Someone asked, they were like, TMI, did your vagina get dry? I was like, it's okay, I'm the TMI queen, whatever. 2021, we can talk about vaginas. Not like that I noticed, not noteworthy. That's a good answer, I guess, yeah, not noteworthy. Someone asked, does it get rid of blackheads? Yes, it really helps with the texture of your skin. Scars, yes. I used to have a lot of acne scars, I'll show you. Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you the makeup I'm wearing in today's video. So I'm wearing brows and mascara. But for my face, I'm not wearing any concealer, which is crazy. I'm wearing tinted moisturizer, like a teeny amount, bronzer, quite a bit, because I live in Canada, okay? And some blush. So, but I'll show you, like, I don't really have many acne scars anymore. There's a small amount of scarring left, but it did a pretty good job of getting rid of some of that scarring. Depends how severe your acne was. I did not experience any weight gain or weight loss that I knew of. Stomach problems, not noteworthy, no. And then dryness. Dryness was probably the most like prevalent one in my day-to-day life. This is the most common one. So your lips, get the Vaseline out. Some people like Aquaphor, some people like Vaseline. Vaseline worked best for me personally. I slather, you have to bring that shit everywhere. Your lips, I looked like I had like, what are they called? Cold sores at all times right here, because it was so dry to the point where my dermatologist had to recommend a certain cream because it would not go away. Like, it's so dry on your lips. Your lips always look like they're peeling. You have to use heavy duty moisturizer at night. So yeah, people ask about the products I used while on Accutane. So you're not allowed to use any actives. Let's talk about what you can't do on Accutane. You cannot get anything to do with the skin. So piercing, tattoos, laser hair removal, active ingredients, vitamin C, salicylic acid, any BHAs, AHAs, retinols, that's a hard no. Tanning, no. So anything to do with your skin, usually can't do. I heard a horror story of my friend's sister got waxed while Accutane, and it literally ripped off her skin. So be very careful with that. Basically, all you have to do is wash your face, moisturize, sunscreen. So in the morning, I would wash my face, moisturize. I would usually use the CeraVe heavy duty moisturizer, or the Biossance Omega Repair Cream, because they're both like rich. I'll also put the cleanser, that's like my favorite. And then I would put sunscreen, put some of my favorites here for while on Accutane, and then that's it. You can wear makeup if you want, but the less makeup the better, and of course your skin is dry, so makeup doesn't sit as well on. And then at night I would use a double cleanse, so an oil cleanse dry, I'll put my favorite one here, and then the cleanser again, and then moisturizer. That's it. So yeah, no active ingredients, no masks, all that shit. So that's what I used while on Accutane. I'm gonna do a full skincare of what I learned. I just don't want this video to be 8 hours long, but I learned so much through my whole skincare journey that I want to do a full video on my skincare routine, all the tips, tricks, hacks, everything. I know I kind of did like a cheat code with Accutane, but I did learn so much. So I'll do a video on that we'll see. My video making has been slow. We'll see how field mental health goes. So yeah, that was my skincare while on it. Another question I got was, how did I stop picking my skin? Which was one of the main issues I suffered from just with my mental health and physically. Picking my skin really did consume a lot of my life. It sucked. And honestly, when I went on Accutane, I made a rule. I was like, I'm doing this intense drug to fix my skin, to fix my confidence. I'll get into that in a bit. And you know, I was like, I'm just gonna stop being so mean to my skin, because I was literally abusing my skin. Like, it was self-harm. It was really, really bad. And I was like, I'm gonna stop doing that to my skin. My dad would tell me story. He used to have some acne as a kid, and he would pick his skin, and he still has scars. He's like, just stop. So when I went on Accutane, it started clearing. I made a deal with myself. I'm like, you're not gonna pick your skin anymore. It was just, I just made it a rule. I used to watch hour-long videos on how people stopped picking their skin. Like, it was really bad. And when I get a pimple now, I use I'll talk about it more in my other video, but I'll put it here. This is what I use. I wash my face, dry it, put these patches on, don't touch it, just keep it on until it's gone. You can do the rest of your skincare routine after that's on, but like a clean face, I put this pimple patch on until the pimple goes away. It actually works. Like, it does reduce the time you have that pimple. So yeah, that's how I stopped picking. I kind of just made it a rule, and I just want to get back on track, and I hated the way I felt after picking, and I was just like, I don't want to feel that way again. Hair thinning, people asked about, sorry, that's just backtracking to the side effects. So what Accutane does is it stops producing sebum, which is the oil in your skin and your hair and stuff. So your face, that's why your face gets really dry and your body's dry, but your hair, I didn't have to wash my hair. I would once a week because I would have dry shampoo in it and shit, but like, I didn't have to wash my hair. Like, it was crazy. My hair would not get oily. So now my hair is definitely dry from that. I actually got it trimmed. You guys will be very proud. Look at those semi-gross ends when before they were just gross. Are you proud of me? So yeah, my hair has always been thin. So I don't know if it caused thinning, because I've always had such thin hair. I haven't noticed a huge difference. Another thing people talked about is that it's temporary. They're like, this isn't a good fix. I'm like, I know, but I just don't want to have acne. Like, I just didn't. And that's a fair decision. That's my choice. Generally, it helps people get rid of their acne for good-ish, but there are cases where it comes back. Usually my dermatologist said it comes back a lot more manageable, so it's not as bad as the initial acne. So that's good, knowing that, you know, if it comes back, it's probably more treatable with topical treatments. Some people go on Accutane again. Some people go on Accutane 3 times. Hopefully I don't have to do that, but I should be okay for at least a couple of years, hopefully a year or 2 years. And then I'll figure out down the line what to do then, because my acne is very hormonal. I'm working with one of my clients actually right now. She's a specialist in holistic nutrition for skin. I'll put her handle here. She's really great. She helps me with diet, supplements, and stuff that help with acne, especially in women, is really, really tough to handle and deal with. So I'll kind of cross that bridge when I get there, but I am trying to work on some preventative measures and taking care of my skin with the skincare that I'll show in another video. Was it worth it? Yes, 100% for me. Looking back, I'm like, wow, I was suffering more than I gave myself credit for. It was tough. There were really tough times and days and moments, but my skin is not something I have to think about really anymore, where before it was consuming my life and not letting me just live. Now I have other things to worry about. Now I put my worry into other things, which is great. Although, as I said, I've hinted at a few times, Accutane, I did think that I was like, when I had acne, I was like, all I want is clear skin. I'll be happy if I have clear skin. All I want is clear skin. And it's like, you kind of realize that it was a lot deeper than that. A lot of the self-hatred that I have is not from my skin. It was just kind of like an easy outlet to focus on. So I did not go from, you know, miserable to just all of a sudden happy the second my skin cleared. I just want you to know that Accutane is not necessarily, it could, but for me at least, it didn't just solve my issues. Confidence is really from within rather than what you look like, and I still have a lot of confidence issues and stuff. So that's just a little disclaimer that, you know, if it does help you so much, then with your confidence and your mental health, then that's fantastic. But for me, you know, just that aspect of fixing my skin didn't solve all the problems that I thought it would. You know, I still have a lot to work on, and it didn't just like change my life overnight, if that makes sense. So it definitely was worth it, but I still have some of those underlying issues that didn't go away. Okay, hi, sorry I have to stare at my face for a second, but I just forgot to mention kind of what happens after Accutane. So yeah, basically things go back to normal. My hair is still a little dry. My skin stayed dry for a while, and now it's getting some elasticity back. I definitely found that I had a couple more wrinkles and fine lines just because there was no really oil production in your skin. Also, you have to wait 6 months after to get anything that I talked about before, like waxing, tattoos, piercings, laser, any of that. I can use actives now, but yeah, for 6 months, I can't really get anything done. You can't get Botox, fillers, nothing. I've been wanting to get my lip filler removed for over a year now, so I'm very excited to do that. But yeah, I can't do anything for 6 months. So just a little detail there. I don't want this video to drag on too long. I know it was a lot of information. I hope I answered your questions. If I didn't, if I kind of missed something or you want clarification, maybe don't DM me on Instagram, just because for my mental health, I really don't want to go on Instagram as much. I haven't been, and DMs are just kind of I don't know, not my favorite. Leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer them, because then they're all in like one area. So yeah, just comment down below and tell me what you think down below. If you've had been on Accutane, what your experience was, maybe help other people in the comments as well. I'm sure that would be great. I miss you guys. I definitely needed that break, and who knows, I'm not gonna, I literally read before I took my break, I was like, I'm gonna post every Sunday. I'm not even gonna make those promises anymore, because social media really needs to be taken in doses and very cautiously and not spending a lot of time on it. And I really encourage you guys to do the same and look into, you know, the dangers of social media. Watch Childhood 2.0. It's a good documentary. It's on YouTube, free, no ads, anything. It just opens your eyes to like how fucked our generation is with social media and how we consider this real life, and you know, the cyberbullying, and it's just terrible. You know, go outside, read a fucking book, and I love you. You will get through whatever you're going through. Life is short. I hope you guys are okay if you're in Ontario like me. I'm with ya. It sucks. It's horrible. We will get through this. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, subscribe, because I never know when I'm putting out a video. We'll see. We'll see, okay? We'll see. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye guys.